Hi, welcome to our team's academic night. I'm Lucy Jacobson, and I'm going to go over our expectations and then your students or your child's science and social studies standards that we're working on. So TLA expectations, we have school-wide expectations, and basically they are to be safe, be respectful, and be responsible. Being safe includes keeping your hands and feet to yourself, walking in the hallways, and using classroom materials appropriately, which includes pencils, paper, pens, and Chromebooks. Being respectful includes using kind words, raising your hand to speak, participating in class, and paying attention to the teacher. Being responsible includes following directions, completing work, staying on task, and being ready to learn and try your best, and to be organized. Supplies needed for class. Students need to have headphones, pencils, and a positive attitude. Headphones are needed for them to complete their iReady work in both reading and math, and to do USA test prep in science. In science, these 9 weeks, we have already, in science we're working on force and motion right now, and we should have ACA the week of February 7th. Electromagnetic and flight we will work on next, and that CA is the week of February 21st. In social studies, we've already completed religion, and at the end of the 9 weeks, we will be doing ancient Africa and have a quiz on that. For the fourth 9 weeks, we'll be working on the sun and the universe and science, and our CA will be probably the first week of April. In social studies, we will work on the Middle Ages with a CA at the end of April, and then on the Renaissance.
Hello, I'm Ms. Zellers. I am the 6th grade math teacher for our team. I'm going to be covering the standards that we are going to go over, as well as some of the ones we have already covered for the third 9 weeks, and as well as the fourth 9 weeks. So for the third 9 weeks, we started off with ratios and proportions. So we did unit rate, we have done percentages, we have done measurement conversions, and we have done better buys. So all of that was included on CA5. So CA5 is January 27th, January 28th. Then for the second half of the third 9 weeks, we will be covering positive and negative numbers, or putting them on the number line, understanding absolute value, which is the distance from zero, graphing inequalities, and understanding how to graph on a coordinate plane. CA6 will take place February 24th and 25th. Then we will be studying for our DA3. Now there is new material on this DA. It is adding and subtracting integers. So that will be March 10th and the 11th. And then that's the end of the third 9 weeks. So for the fourth 9 weeks, we will be covering statistics. And that CA is scheduled for April 12th and 13th. And our statistics project is due April 22nd. Our map test will be May 6th. It's only one day this year. Woo-hoo.
Hello, I'm Ms. Pierce. I'm the reading teacher. So these are our test dates that are going to be coming up within the next couple months. If you notice that we do not have another DA after this 9 weeks, this will be our last DA that we complete on March 9th and 10th. All right, so what we're going to be covering in the coming 9 weeks, we are back in literature text again. So we're comparing and contrasting print versions to media. So that's something that you can also work on at home. Like if your child reads a book, even for AR, you can find possible movies, if there is a movie that exists, and like have them talk about the differences between the two. So we focus on like what we see, what we hear, and that we wouldn't get just from reading it, and just point out the differences in each of those. We're also continuing talking about point of view, which is, talking about basically like how is the story different depending on who's telling it. Also, within, last part of the third 9 weeks we do switch back into informational text. And we're going to be talking about evaluating arguments, which kind of ties into what your kids are learning in the language class because they are covering argumentative writing. They also are going to be comparing and contrasting texts on the same topics, but with different authors, just noticing the differences that they notice in the information given. All right, and then lastly, we're going to finish up with poetry for the 9 weeks. So that's always a fun one. And that will be what the DA mainly covers are those poetry standards.
Hello, my name is Miss Aguirre, and I am the ELA teacher, the writing teacher for our block. Some important dates that we have are the WAs, the CAs, and the DAs. WA stands for the writing assessment, and that will be on February 4th. We also have a CA on February 18th, and then a DA on March 7th, and then another WA on March 14th. Okay. The standards we'll be focusing on are the relationship between words, denotation and connotation, argumentative writing standards, narrative writing standards, poetry, and including literary analysis. Our goals are to obviously read for AR, do as much reading as possible, and complete those tests when you're done reading. Then do some practice writing. Maybe open up a journal and start writing on your own. If not, just complete all the work that we give you. Make sure that you do all the assignments because they're all there meant to help you. Okay.
All right, so if you have any questions, please contact us. You can find all of our email addresses here. They're also listed on the TLA website. And we also always communicate via school status. Be on the lookout for papers to set up conferences because those will be coming out for this 9 weeks. All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Randy Kirksey, inclusion teacher for 6th grade reading here at Trent Lott. I assist 4 different teams with the reading classes. I assist Ms. Howell, Ms. Pierce, Ms. Banks, and Ms. Newton. If you have a student in any of these reading classes, I am there in the classroom to assist the teacher each day. I also assist the teachers with providing individual and small group activities in my classroom when needed. Many times, students will need individual or small groups in order to learn skills that they are having difficulties with. On those occasions, I take those children or students to my classroom where we conduct activities that will help them with their skills. I also provide tutoring services on those days for reading tutoring in the afternoons. Many times, I also provide assistance to students when they are taking their CAs and DAs. I provide them with small group as well as individual sessions in which they can go to my classroom and take the test without being in the larger group. If any time you need assistance or would like to speak with me about your student, or if I can provide assistance with your student, please let me know. You may contact me through the main office here at Trent Lott.